Very good morning, folks. At the outset, let me welcome each and every one of you for the Fast Track webinar series for CA Intermediate Paper 3 Cost and Management Accounting. Today, we are going to see Chapter 5, Activity-Based Costing. My favorite, I must say. And today, this is day 6, last day of Fast Track webinar series. And I'm sure this is going to be a very, very important session because every examination they ask one question from ABC. And your overhead chapter and activity-based costing chapter are so closely connected and knitted. This is one topic where you cannot miss, and you have the continuation of this in your final examination also. So therefore, ensure that you have a good grip on this particular chapter. I'll directly take you to one particular question in your study material, and I make this a point very clear. This practical problem which is given in study material, please ensure you do with LN and with ease. Why? Because all the exam questions are very closely modeled, very close to this. And after this, I'll also do one exam question so you'll understand how important for you to actually understand and appreciate this particular problem. So let us go into this question first directly. And I'm sure all of you know fundamental about activity-based costing. I'll only give one point. Traditional absorption costing, activity-based costing. Traditional absorption costing, you go by a single or a wholesome aberrate absorption rate. The idea behind that, you have to absorb the overhead into the cost. That is the original idea. But as competition develops, please understand, your cost has to be computed close to the exact cost. Even God, if he comes down and he wants to actually find the exact cost, it will be difficult, especially with respect to overheads which is spread for multiple products. So we go by some logic. So that is where this activity is coming. So I will actually take those primitive or what we call prime. Okay, you have to understand the prime activity with respect to each and every overhead, which is actually a study. And one very good thing in intermediate level is you need not break your head with respect to these studies. The question will give you everything. This is activity, this is a driver, this is the activity driver. Driver is nothing but your denominator. See, generally in absorption overhead, what is the driver you will have? Labor hours, denominator. Machine hours, denominator. You divide by that denominators. Here you will have multiple denominators. And that we call it as an activity driver. Otherwise called a cost driver, a driver. So it's basically a denominator. So what you have done in overhead absorption costing, same you are going to do here with a different nomenclature. That's it. So let's take this question. RST Limited specializes in the distribution of pharmaceutical products. It buys from the pharmaceutical companies and resells to each of the 3 different markets. So they are actually a distribution company. And what are the 3 different kinds of market? General supermarket chain, drug store chain, and chemist shop. Very good. So 3 different kinds of. So that means the bulk sale will be made in supermarket. Drugstore chain may be the next smaller bulk, and chemist shop small. Okay. So the following data for the month of April 2019 is respect of RST Limited has been reported. So this is your average revenue per delivery, number of deliveries given in the third column, third row, average cost of goods sold per delivery. So per unit he has given delivery cost per unit and revenue per unit, and per unit is actually the number of deliveries. Naturally, look at this chemist shop. How many shops are there? How many supermarket stores are there? Look at the numbers. In the past, RSC has used gross margin percentage to evaluate the relative profitability of its distribution channel. From that itself, you can find the gross margin Revenue minus cost of goods sold is your gross profit. Okay, selling price minus sales minus cost of goods sold. So you got gross margin. Company plans to use ABC, activity-based costing. Activity-based costing is only for absorption of the overheads. For analyzing the profitability of its distribution channels. The activity analysis of RST Limited is as under. So he has given the activity area, cost driver. This is the denominator. The April 2019 operation cost of RST are 8,27,970. These operating costs are assigned to 5 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5 activities areas. Cost in each area and the quantity of cost allocation for April is given below. What is the cost? What is the cost allocation? So your 8,27,970 breakup is given. Now, practically speaking, arriving at this breakup and arriving at the cost driver, the right hand side, the third column is your cost driver. And this is your activity related cost. Arriving at this two is the biggest challenge in practice. But it has been given to you very nicely. Okay, so you have to only, the platter is given to you. You have to only take the spoon and then take that food and then eat it. Very simple. But don't worry, you will have a biggest challenge in final in doing all this. Other data for April 19 include the following. Total number of orders, average number of line items, number of store deliveries. They have actually distributed for all. Total number of cartons, average number of hours of shelf stocking per store delivery. Everything is given. Compute for April gross margin percentage and compute RST Limited operating income. So that is based on your traditional method. I repeat, it is based on your traditional method. So let us work out this, guys. So this is your practical problem number 1. Okay. And this is RST Limited. Good. So let us do this gross margin and 3 distribution. Compute RST Limited's operating income. So let us do this. So question number 1. Statement showing. Okay. Statement showing. What is it? You have to find the gross margin percentage for each of the 3 distribution channels and compute RST Limited's operating income. That means company's operating income and distribution channels gross margin percentage. So statement showing operating income and percentage for the distribution channels as well as total. So let us not. So I'll do up to this. Good. So this is your 1. So what I am going to do, what are those 3 distribution channels? Your 3 distribution channels are general supermarket chain, GSC. So general supermarket chain, drugstore chain, and chemist shop. So general supermarket chain, drugstore chain, and chemist shop. Good. So now, what is your revenue? Okay. Your revenue. Guys, I'll just take the inputs that is given in the question itself. What is given in the question? Average revenue per delivery. So average revenue. Okay. Per delivery. Good. So what is your average revenue per delivery? 84,975, 28,875, and 5,445. So this is your average revenue per delivery. 84,975, 28,875, 5,445. Now what is your average cost of goods sold? Cost of goods sold per delivery. So it is 82,500. So this is your cost per delivery. Here per unit is per delivery. And 4,950. So 82,500, 27,500, and 4,950. And number of deliveries. So numbers. Deliveries. It is 330, 825. 825 and 2,740. 2,750. Okay, good. So now let us go for the revenue part. So this is given in the question. This is given. So I'll give it. Now what is your revenue? 84,975 into 330. That is your revenue. So what is your total, guys? Okay, your total is sum of all this. Okay, good. So this is your total. Yeah. So it is 2 crore 80 lakhs 41,750, 2 crore 38 lakhs 875. So this is your revenue. Less cost of goods sold. And it is 82,500 into 330 deliveries. Similarly, for drugstore chain and the chemist shops. So this is your total, guys. And what is your total cost of goods sold? 6 crore 35 lakhs 25,000. So what is your gross profit? Okay, otherwise gross margin, anything you can call it. So your gross profit is 2 crore 80 lakh 41,750 minus this. So this is your gross margin. Similarly, what is your total gross margin? 33 lakhs 12,375. Total 33 lakhs 12,375. Now what is your less your operating cost? In your question, the operating cost is 8,27,970. Okay, 8,27,970. So 8,27,970. And the breakup for these three is not given. So what is your net profit? Your net profit is 33 lakh 12,375 minus 8 lakh 27. So what is your question? Your question says compute the gross profit percentage and compute RST's operating income. So this is your net profit, otherwise called operating income. Remember, this is RST's operating income. So this is your RST's operating income, green color, and your gross profit margin percentage. So margin percentage means you got the margin. Now what is your gross margin percentage? So gross margin percentage. So that is your GP ratio. So what is your GP ratio? 8,16,750 divided by 2,80,000. So this is your gross profit margin. This is your GP margin. Now look at this. The GP margin for chemist store is more. Chemist store is more. So this is your answer. Your green color is your answer. GP margin. Compute the gross margin for each of the three distribution channel. And RST Limited's operating income. RST Limited's operating income. Okay. So this is your question. I mean, for answer for the one. This is where the traditional costing. I will call this as using traditional. Okay, costing. Traditional method. Now let us go for the ABC method. So this is your traditional method. And I'm not able to. This 8,27,970. We need to now distribute it. Okay. And then we need to find what is the percentage. Now here, for each of the three distribution channels, now please look at the margin here. Okay. Now here, this is gross margin percentage, 4.96, and operating income percentage. That also I will find out. So what is your operating income percentage? Or net margin percentage. We'll call it as operating margin percentage. Like that, you have net margin percentage. Because these are all some control numbers for your information. So what is it? 24 lakhs 84,405 divided by 6 crore 68 lakhs. So which is 3.72%. Okay, good. So we have got up to this. Now let us go into the next question. Compute for April rate per unit of cost allocation base. Rate per unit of cost allocation base for each of the 5 activity areas. Now what are those 5 activity areas? These are the activity areas, 5 activities areas. This is your cost. This is your base. Now what is your question? Your question says you have to find the rate per unit of cost allocation. So just divide 2,20,000 by 5,400, 5,500, 1,75,560 by 58,000. So that is your answer for 2. What is your next question? Rate per unit of cost allocation base. So let me work out that. So what is it? 2. Statement showing rate per unit. Rate per unit of cost allocation base. For each of the 5 activity areas. Activity areas. Okay. Now we will go by the same model. What is it? Activity area, cost, total cost. What is the total cost of activity? And what is the cost per unit? Okay. So we'll go in the same model. So what is your activity area? So we'll have this here. Activity area. What is your total cost for April? And what is your total units of cost allocation base? Okay, so this is called cost driver. And we'll have the units of cost driver. Units of cost driver. And what is your cost per unit? That will be the last one. So what is your cost per unit? Cost per unit of cost driver. This is what we are going to do here. Okay. So units of CD. What is CD? Cost driver. Okay. So what is your activity area? Customer purchase order. Okay. So customer purchase order. This is one activity area. Second, line items ordering. Line items ordering. Now, one person when they order, line items means how many items they are going to buy. That is called line items. More the line items, the type of cost with respect to delivery, taking the product, putting in the box, and then delivering in. So it will take time. If it is only one item, only one line item or 2 line item, we can hand it over. 20 items, 30 items means you have to put it, check it, verify the units, everything is there. So therefore the overheads will go up. So here 58,520 line items. Okay. Store delivery. And remember guys, very important in activity based costing, it is not costing that is important. What is important is understanding business. You have to be thorough in understanding the business process. Every business process you have to understand. Then only this activities cost driver will be clear for you. So you have to do a thorough study. So every business is unique. You need to actually study this. So that is why your 4th question, please look at. Challenges one would face in assigning the total operating cost to 5 activity. What are the challenges? Understanding business. Understanding business, understanding the activity, understanding the cost driver. It is not that here in this question directly activity cost driver has been given to you. Practically, it is not very easy to identify. You have to study, you have to understand subject. Then only what will drive the cost. What will drive the cost? That is very important. Okay, it's a very, very interesting subject. And don't try to actually see this as an arithmetic. See this as a practically applicable process. From that process, you are pulling this out. So store delivery, cartons dispatched. Cartons dispatched. And self-stocking at customer store. Self-stocking. Good. So what is your total cost, guys? 2,20,000. Okay. Then you have 1,75,560. Then you have 1,95,250. You have 209. Everything is given in the question. So 28,160. Remember, guys, the total of this is your 8,27,970. This is 8,27,970. This 8,27,970 is here. Okay, so this is your total cost. Now, what is your cost driver? Orders. Okay, so your customer purchase orders, number of orders. Then line items. These are cost drivers. Store deliveries. Store delivery means number of deliveries. Number of deliveries. Number of cartons. Number of hours. Shelf stocking. How long you take it. Okay. And what is the units of cost driver? 5,500 number of orders we have taken. 58,520 line item. That means that many products. That many products you have to count and check, because each line item will have number of quantity. That means time is involved. So overheads is involved. So 3,905 deliveries. 2,09,000 units of carton box 40. 1,960 hours. So this is your units of your cost driver. Now cost per unit is very simple. So 2,20,000 divided by 5,500. So 40 rupees. This is your cost driver. So 40 rupees, 3 rupees, 50 rupees per delivery, 1 rupee per dispatch or per carton, and 16 rupees per hour of shelf stocking. This is your cost driver. And what is your question? Your question is rate per unit. So this is your green color. This is your green color. This is your answer. So 40 rupees, 3 rupees, 50 rupees, 1 rupee, 16 rupees per unit. Now what is your next question? Your next question is compute the operating income for each of the distribution. Operating income, please look at this. Operating income means net. Gross margin is different. Now I have to find the operating income for each of the distribution channel. So how many distribution channel? 3. For each of the distribution channel, you have to find the operating income. Okay. Using the activity-based costing information and comment on the results. What new insights are available with the activity-based cost information? What is it you got it? Okay, which is very interesting. Okay, so let's see that. So I think we'll go by the same model. Okay, but here I will be distributing this 8,27,970 for GSC, DC, and CS. Okay, good. So therefore, this is your statement showing operating income and percentage, not under traditional method, now under ABC method, activity based costing. So this is your third question. Good. So now what is your revenue? And of course this operating cost I am going to so maybe up to this I'll take. So now you have got gross margin less. So what you have to subtract now, guys? You have to subtract your operating cost. Okay, your operating. Now your operating cost, you have 5 items. What are those 5 items? These are your 5 items. So let us distribute that. So how many you have actually in this question? The number of orders is 385, 990 and 4125. So you need to actually distribute your per unit cost. So please look at 5,500. How you got 5,500? 4,125 plus 990 plus 385 is equal to 5,500. So this 2,20,000 I am going to distribute for this three, what do you call it as the verticals, using 40 rupees. Okay. So let us do this, guys. So what is your number of customer purchase order? The customer purchase order is 385. So 385 into 40 rupees. Good. Similarly, 990 into 40. 990 into 40. So similarly, 4,125 into 40. So this is your total, guys. So what is your total? 2,20,000. So your 2,20,000 has been now distributed to all the three. Okay, good. So now I'll go for the next line item. So what is the next line item? 14 plus 12 plus 10. So it is 36. I have only divided by, average number of line items. This is average number of line items and total number of orders. So 385 into 14 will be the total number of line items. 990 into 12 will be the total number of line items. 4125 into 10 will be the total number of line items. So what I will do, I will actually do a small working note here so that you have a clarity. So what is your working note? The total number of orders. So what is the total number of orders you have got for GSC? 385, 990 and 4125. 385, 990 and 4125. So what's your total, guys? Your total is 5,500. So that is your denominator. Now, here average number of line items per order. So average number of line items per order. So average line items per order. So how much it is? 14, 12 and 10. 14, 12 and 10. Don't add this. You have to find the total number of line items. What is total number of line items? 14 line items per order into 385. Similarly, 990 into 12, 11,880. So now add this all. 58,520 line items. 58,520 line items. So this 58,520 divided, you have taken it as a denominator and you have got 3 rupees. So now what I will do, your 5,380, 390 into 3 rupees. Similarly, 11,880 into 3 rupees. And what is your total? 1,75,560. So 1,75,560. For 1,75,560 is now distributed based on the number of lines. So this is your working note 1, which is based on the information given, data given. This collecting this data is very, very important. Each and every number collecting will take hours and days and weeks. Please remember this. They have given it in a like a platter. They have given like a tandoori platter. They have given to you. It is very easy for you to take and just eat, but it is not that easy to arrive at these numbers. Total number of store deliveries. So you have divided by store delivery 3,905. So number of deliveries. So number of deliveries. So what is it? 330, 825, 2750. 330. Okay. You have 825 and 2750. So what's your total, guys? Your total is 3905. And I have only taken 390. So it is 50 rupees per delivery. So directly multiply your 330 into 50 rupees. Similarly, with respect to other, and take the total, guys. Total is 1,95,250. So this is your 1,95,250 distributed to all the three verticals. Next is Carton Dispatched. Now, average number of carton shipped per store delivery. Okay, so this is average cartons per delivery. So what is the average cartons per delivery? 300 and 80 and 16. 300, 18 and 16. Now you have to find the number of cartons. So he is only dividing by how much number of cartons. 2,09,000 is number of cartons. Multiply 330 into 300, number of cartons, 99,000. So add this 2,09,000 cartons. So this is the number of cartons. This is the number of deliveries. This is the number of line items. This is the number of orders. So that alone I will take. What and all you have taken it as a denominator, I will give it in a red color for you to actually identify. All the other are the fundamental base data. So number of cartons you have. So directly per carton rupee is 1 rupee. So equal to 99,000 into 1 rupee. Similarly, 66,000 into 1 rupee, 44,000 into 1 rupee. So total 2,09,000 rupees. Got it. So the 2,09,000 has been distributed. Now shelf stocking. Average number of hours of self stocking per store delivery. So self stocking hours per delivery. Hours per delivery. Hours per delivery. This is shelf stocking because you have to go and medicine you have to stock it in the shelf. So that's called shelf hours per delivery. It is 0.61. 0.6 and 0.1. Wow. So now number of hours of shelf stocking per store delivery. Number of store deliveries. Number of store deliveries is already given to you. It is 330,825. So multiply. So you will get what is your unit? The unit is hours. Shelf stocking hours. Okay. Shelf stocking hours. So which is 330 into 3, 990. So what is your total? 1,760 hours. 1,760 hours. So this is your self-stocking hours. Good. So per hour is how much? 16 rupees. So what you have to do? Multiply 990 into 16. Similarly for the other two. So what is your total now? You are distributing 28,160 rupees. 28,160 rupees for the half. So this is your total now. Add all this, you will get the 8,27,970. So the entire 8,27,970, your 8,27,970 has been now distributed to 5 into 3, 15 activities has been distributed. So now what is your gross profit minus operating cost will be your operating income. So your 8,17,850 minus all these expenses. So 6,53,840 is your operating income. Similarly, your operating income for the other. Similarly, your operating income. This is same 24,84,405 is already there. 24,84,405. You already got this. Now you got the operating income. Now, what is your question? Compute the operating income each of distribution channel. Wow. So this is your answer. Each of the distribution channel you have got. This is one answer. But the question doesn't stop here. Comment. What new insights are available with the activity based information? Now, let us find the operating income percentage. Here, you are only got gross profit margin. And in traditional costing, traditional method, only gross margin you are able to get. Net margin you are not able to get. Now you are going to get net margin percentage. In traditional, you are not able to get net margin percentage. So that is the first comment. So what a comment on the result? In traditional method, net margin percentage with respect to your individual distribution channel, you are not able to compute. You are only able to compute net margin percentage for the company as a whole, not for the individual channel. Now let us find 6,53,840 divided by your revenue. Wow. So these are your net margin percentage. So what is your total net margin? 2.33. So I'll give it in a different color. 2.33, 3.96, 5.92. So by looking at this percentage, now what is your gross margin? 2.91. Okay, that becomes 2.33. 4.76, you are getting 3.96. Here it is 9%, okay, and you are getting only 5.92. So that means, say, let us take 6%. So here, from 9 you are getting 6. So that means 3% you are spending on operations. And here I'll just subtract this so that you will get what do you call it as insight. What is the question? What is new insight are available with the activity based cost information? Okay, please, very important. This is the insight. Look at this. Your gross margin minus net margin. I am spending 0.58 on operating cost. I am spending 0.8 on operating cost. I am spending 3.17% on operating cost. Okay. So tell me, the activity based cost information highlights how the chemist shop uses a larger amount of the resources per revenue. Okay, here you are not able to understand. Gross margin you have got, net margin 3.7. Here also you are getting the same net margin percentage. Please look at this. What is net margin? 2,84,405 divided by the 6 crore 68. Same. Here same. Nothing. 3.72%. You are also got 3.7. The 3.72 average, your net margin. But here what is the information you get? Insight. The chemistry shop, you spend more operation expenses because of activity based. That is the insight you get. And what is the last question? 4 challenges. Very important. I will say very important. First challenge is identifying activity area. How do you identify activity area? That is a challenge. You need to study the business. No, I am a cost accountant. I am a chartered accountant. I have studied activity-based costing. I can do wonders. Absolute absurd. It is not possible at all. It is not the knowledge of costing alone can make you understand how to identify activity area. You have to understand business. Unless you understand the business, costing will supplement. It is not reverse. No, I know costing, so I can do activity-based costing. Nothing can be done. You have to understand business thoroughly. That is why sit with the people, understand how the process is happening, draw the flow charts, and understand how people are connecting and doing the business. That is very important for you to arrive at this activity area. Number 1. Number 2, once you arrive at the activity area, total cost, how will you distribute to this activity? That is why in many of the accounting softwares, when you book the entry, when you book the journal entry, they will say, what is the cost center? What is the cost center? So if the book the expenses cost center wise, you will get this data. Otherwise, getting the cost activity area wise, humanly impossible. Again, you have to distribute by ratio. What is the fun in it? How will you get 2,20,000? Unless another you capture. That is called allocation. Allocation has to be done. I repeat the word. Allocation has to. So number 1, first challenge, identifying activity area. Number 2, allocating the cost to the activity area. Number 3, measuring the cost, identifying the cost driver. Number 4, measuring the cost driver. From where you got 5,500? You need to actually measure. You need to have a lot of information and then collect the data. If you otherwise you cannot say that 5,500 orders. So every place you have to punch and collect data. That is the most challenging thing in ABC. Just like that, you can say ABC is best than traditional costing. ABC will do wonders. Everything is fine to speak before mic to speak, but practically implementing, you will have the challenge. Okay, you need to collect data. Without data, nothing is possible in ABC. So 2 things are very important in ABC. Number 1, you have to understand business. Second, you have to collect data. Then things are automatic. Then cost accountant will do. You have a CA intermediate. I have done activity-based costing. I can do. You give number, you can do the working. Taking number is the biggest challenge. Workings you can charge say 20,000, 30,000 fees. But collecting data you have to charge 5 lakh or 10 lakh fees. Please understand. It is not that easy. So that is with respect to activity based costing. Now come to the exam question. This is exam question. Very simple. Okay. Now please look at this November 2018. Okay. So what is this November 2018? HMB Limited. Okay. So November 2018. November 2018. What is the question? 3B. Okay. 3B. The company is called HMB. Yeah. Now HMB Limited, what they are asking, HMB Limited is producing a product in 10 batches. Each of 15,000 units in a year. And incurring following overheads, so there are. What are the overheads? 22,50,000. Material procurement. Maintenance 17,30,000. Setup cost. Okay, machine setup cost 6,84,500. Quality control expenses 3,14,800. Now the prime cost is 3,09,000, 3 crore, 1 lakh, and 39,000. So this is your data. In a product in 10 batches, each of 15,000 units in a year. Okay, good. So 10 batches, each of 15,000 units in a year. Good. So now let's just go to the question. So what is it? The company is currently using the method of absorption overheads on the basis of prime cost. Now it wants to shift to ABC. So now you are going to compare traditional costing and ABC. Information relevant to activity drivers for a year or as under number of purchase orders, maintenance hours. Okay, for a year. For a year, the company has produced a batch of 15,000 units and has incurred 26,38,700. This is with respect to one batch. Okay, that is with respect to 10 batches, each of 15,000 units in a year. Okay, good. So that 15,000 is different. This 15,000 is different. Okay, here there for a year data they have given. Now usage for this batch, one batch they have given usage. Find out the cost of products per unit. Find out the cost of product per unit. So it is actually cost of product per unit on absorption costing basis for the said batch. So let us do it. Cost per unit. So product per unit. So on absorption costing basis. Similarly, determine the cost driver rate, total cost per unit of the output of the said batch on the basis of activity based costing. So traditional costing, activity based costing for the said batch you have to do. This is with respect to one batch. Okay, good. Now let us do the traditional costing first. So number one, I'll call it as working note one. Okay, find the overhead absorption rate. Okay, and here the overhead absorption is what is your total overheads? Your total overheads is it is 22,50,000. 17,30,000 and 6,84,500 and 5,14,800. So sum was, this is your sum. So it is 5 crore 17 lakhs 300. Good. And this is your overheads. And what is your prime cost? So your prime cost is given as 3 crore 1 lakh 39,000. 3 crore 1 lakh 39,000. Good. So this is your prime cost. Good. Now what is your overhead absorption rate? Your overhead absorption rate is currently the method of absorption is based on prime cost. So that means the numerator will be your overhead and denominator will be your prime cost. What is your numerator? 51 lakhs. What is your denominator? 3 crores. So 17.18%. So this is your so this is your overhead absorption. Good. So this is your working. Now based on this, you need to find the cost per unit of the batch. So statement showing cost of product per unit. Cost of product per unit. Cost of product under absorption cost. Under absorption cost. This is with respect to 1. Similarly, I will do 2. You have to find based on activity based cost. Okay. So let us do this, guys, first. So what do you need to do now? You need to find what is your item cost. Okay. Okay. So on the set batch, what is your set batch? 15,000 units. This is your direct material and this is your wages. So what is your direct material? What is your direct labor? Okay. And what is your prime cost? And what is your add overhead? I'll call it as absorbed overhead. Absorbed. So what is your direct material cost given in the question? 26 lakhs 38,700. Okay. So 26 lakhs 38,700. Direct labor 3 lakhs 75,200. Prime cost is the sum of this. Now what is your absorbed overheads? Okay. Your absorbed overheads is this is your rate. 17.1. So on 30 lakh 13,900 into 17.18%, which comes to around 5 lakh 17,900. This is overhead absorbed. So what is your total cost? Which is 30 lakh 13,000 plus this. Now he is asking cost per unit, cost of product per unit. So number of units is 15,000. Therefore, your cost per unit is equal to 35 lakh 31,830 divided by 15,000. 235.46. So green color, I put it in green color. So what do you want? Cost per unit. This is cost per. Okay, so this is your cost. Good. Direct material, direct labor, prime cost, absorbed overheads. Okay. Absorbed overhead under traditional costing. That is called absorption cost. Now you have to find the cost driver rate, total cost, cost per unit of the set batch and the basic activity. So this is your purchase orders for a year. And material procurement is given. So we are going to find the, what do you call it as the cost per driver, which will be your working note number 2. So very similar to this overhead absorption rate under traditional costing. Now what I am going to, I will find the overhead absorption rate under, this is under traditional costing. Now I am going to find the overhead absorption rate under activity based costing. So what are the 4 activities? These are your 4 costs. So these are your 4 costs. What are those 4 activities? Material procurement. So what is your activity? What is the cost? What is the driver? What is the units of cost driver? what is the cost per unit? What is your cost per unit? That's it. So what is your activity, guys? Okay. So your activity is material procurement. So this is your activity. Maintenance is next activity. Setup cost. Then machine setup cost or product setup. Quality control. Okay. So now this is your cost. What is your driver? Your driver is the number of purchase order. Number of purchase orders. Okay. So number of purchase order and maintenance hours. Then you have number of setups. Then number of inspections. Units of CD, that is given 1500, 9080, 2250, then 2710. Cost per unit 22,50,000 divided by 1,500. So 1,500 rupees per unit. So this is your absorption rate. So here you have got the overhead absorption rate. Here you have got the overhead absorption rate per unit. So this is your answer. So what is your answer? What is your cost driver rate? This is your cost driver rate. What is your total cost? So that I am going to find using this. So statement showing cost per unit. Now under absorption cost, no, activity based cost. So what is your material cost? Same. Material cost plus labor cost plus prime cost, same. That I am going to take this. This is going to be same. Now what is your absorption costing? Absorbed costing, I am using absorbed overhead using ABC. Activity based costing method using ABC method. But under ABC method, it is not one rate, it is 4 rates. So therefore, what are those 4? Material procurement, maintenance, setup and quality. These are the 4 items. So what is your number of material orders? 48 orders. So units is 48 and 810 machine hours. Setup cost is 40. 40 setups. Number of inspection is 25. So these are the units. So what is your per unit? Per unit is here 1500 per unit, 191 per unit, 304 per unit, 190 per unit. So now what is your absorbed overhead? Multiply this. So this is your absorbed overhead. So what is your total cost? Your prime cost plus all. So it is 32,57,000. I repeat, it is 32,57,140. So number of units is same 15,000. Cost per unit 32,57,000 divided by this. 217, very important. Now look at your question. What is your total cost? 32 lakhs. What is your total cost under absorption costing? 35 lakhs. Over costing. So cost per unit is more. So based on that, you add a percentage profit. Your profit also will go. Very important. Okay. So therefore, 217.4. So determine the cost driver rate. You have got it. Total cost. This is 32 lakhs total cost. What is your cost per unit of output or set basis on based activity based costing? 204. So, and maybe he has not asked for any interpretation like your previous question. They may ask third question, interpret, comment. There you have to say absorption costing is over costed. because on one rate you are doing it. Here you are exactly calculating the cost, and based on the driver you are absorbing. So therefore, sometimes this can be undercosted also. Absorption costing can be undercosted also. By activity based costing, you may do the correct costing. Sometimes absorption costing can be over costing also. So this is actually over absorption. Please look at what is your absorption here. 5,17,930. That is absorbed. So I will give a different color here. 5,17,930 is absorbed. Okay. I'll give an orange color here. Okay. But what is absorbed here? What is absorbed? This is what is absorbed. Look at the total. It is 2,43,246 is absorbed. So therefore, over absorption. Over absorption of close to nearly 2,80,000 rupees. Nearly close to 2,80,000 rupees is over absorbed. Therefore, cost is good. Okay. So this is your point. And those of you, I will be sharing all these questions in my blog. So please go to the blog, and if you need the question, download it. All these answers, if you need, please send a request to me. In the blog itself, please give your comments. In the blog, if you want material, you have any queries, you have any reflections, please type in the comment box itself. And if you need the answers, what I have done in the Excel sheet, please put a request in the comment box. You need answers. Then I will post it in the blog itself. Okay. All of you know what my blog is. It is 3S Pro, and this is my blog. I'll just show you the blog. So this is the blog, 3spro.blogspot.com. Please go here. All the informations are available. So whatever, it's already 46,500 people have visited my blog. Here in the comment section, so this is the comment section. People have already given some comments here. Okay. So please give your comments here. So please enter your comments, and whatever material you want, queries you have, reflections you have, put it here. So once you put your queries, and maybe if you want all the answers in Excel sheet, I'll also give the link of that Excel sheet. Also, I will upload it, so you can download and use it. And this is my YouTube. In this YouTube, there is a button down below, red color button. Please click that subscription button. I repeat, please click the subscription button. There is complimentary subscription. So once you click it, every time when I come online and upload the inputs, whatever subject I'm uploading, you will get an intimation. So thereby, the benefit is maximum only for the subscribers. So please ensure that you subscribe the YouTube channel. You will get a lot of benefits. And being the last day of this fast track webinar series, and day 6, I must appreciate and congratulate each and every one of you for being very, very meticulously following me in the YouTube, and also getting yourself updated. My best wishes to each and every one of you for your examination. And any questions and queries you have, try to post it and share your thoughts openly, what you feel about the classes in the blog. It will be much, much, much appreciated. And my best wishes to each and every one of you. Have a great day. Okay, so thank you very much, guys.